Hello and welcome to Toad Rolls Dice, where we have another Sunday preview. And as you can tell from the title, it is entirely predictable. I'm taking the win on this one. I'm going to say 100% certain. I was 95% certain, let's be fair, that this week we were going to get Darkwater previewed. So this is kind of falling into place. And from my knowledge, there's probably just one more Sunday preview next week before the Christmas shutdown, which happens. Every company should do it, to be honest. You need some time off over Christmas and New Year just to recharge those batteries, really. So I think we're coming to the end of the Sunday previews for this year, and this is promising to be a good one. I've just had a quick look and there's some fun things mentioned. But let's do the admin first. So this is the Sunday preview for the 23rd of November, which means everything shown in this article, unless otherwise stated, is going up for pre-order Saturday the 29th of November. And is releasing on Saturday the 13th of December, 2 weeks before Christmas. Less than 2 weeks before Christmas. Oh god, Christmas is the middle of the week. Okay. Yeah, Christmas is coming fast, isn't it? So, with that out of the way, how about we just get into the real meat of this one? Warhammer Quest Darkwater. In its Nurgle-infected glory. I cannot wait for this. I think I already have mine on order. Fingers crossed. Yeah, everything about this is just a big win for me. Oh, that's a different shot of whatever he's called. Different shots of most of them, actually. Just her and him. But stunning models. Everything in here is just stunning. The previews that we had last week, that we've covered on the channel, all sounded excellent. And, I mean, just look at this grotesqueness that we have coming. And we'll need cleansing from the Jade Abbey. I cannot wait. That's another little... Is that a treasure thing, do we think? Right. So we only have 6... It looks like 6 Maya Kelpies. But this box is sounding great. The only thing that will put me off is the price, if it's ridiculous. But fingers crossed, it is competitively priced. The Warhammer Quest prices have always been pretty fair for what you get in them, to be honest. Hopefully that's a trend that continues. And this isn't going to break the bank too much. But at last we can get our hands, at least pre-order, and get closer to getting our hands on these stunning models. And there's also an Age of Sigmar drop. Path to Glory, Blighted Wilds, another Path to Glory book. We've talked about this previously. As we get more information, we will talk about it again. But the Path to Glory stuff is just incredible. I love everything in it. The preview was pretty good. So this is a definite must for me as well. It's looking like it's going to be an expensive Saturday, doesn't it? So this is a 90-page narrative expansion for the Age of Sigmar and contains a new battle pack, Blighted Wilds, with rules for playing a campaign with unique abilities, rewards, battle scars, battle plans, 2 new paths for heroes, 2 new paths for units, universal enhancements, plus spells and prayer laws. Lots of stuff going on. It's focused in Gairan. There is 12 narrative battle plans in the book and a battle plan map so you can link them together and play through a campaign to save or destroy Thyria. I'm going with Thyria. I don't know if that's right, but it's very Nurgle focused, fits in with this. And I think it's fair to say, so we jump over to Black Library next, so I think it's fair to say that the Maggotkin of Nurgle releases for AOS is probably going to be January at this point. I don't know what could be next week, but I feel like this is coming out, this is the primer for the new Nurgle stuff, and then this is the primer for the new Nurgle lore, and then in that Maggotkin of Nurgle battle tome, and all of the stunning models that are coming out, that's a pretty big drop I would expect in January. So... hey, if you are a fan of Nurgle, and the Maggotkin of Nurgle specifically, you're going to have a good end of this year and hopefully a great start to next year. So this is all really cool, and this is 2 for 2. But that's it. We're moving over next to Black Library with Demolisher getting its release. This one by Andy Clark and is the sequel to Steel Tread, which I think we've seen about 4 times in the last few weeks. So it's going up in another fancy edition with a Lumen Russ on it. These editions have been pretty nice, haven't they? Really, really nice. So, this new special edition contains the short story Worry What Is and an introduction by the author. Screen printed art on the cloth cover matches the cover design of the special edition of Steel Tread, and a brown ribbon page marker, foil page edges, and will be available while stocks last, as with all of these. And it is also getting its hardback release if you don't want to go too extravagant. So hardback and digital ebook or audiobook formats on Friday. So digital ebooks and audiobooks. Well, an ebook is digital, isn't it? So they now release on Fridays, whereas the physical things, can go up for pre-order on Fridays, whereas the physical thing goes up for pre-order on Saturday. So if you wanted it digitally in any form, then Friday is the day. I don't really know why they're different, but it is what it is. The Rise of Nagash is also coming. This is in paperback by Mike Lee, and is also coming in an ebook edition, which is available on Friday. And this one is an omnibus that collects 3 short novels and a short story, all by Mike Lee, together in one edition. Does it tell us which stories? It doesn't sound like it does, but it is all going to be Nagash focused. I don't know if this is a reprint. It must be. If it's 3 collected, yeah, it's an omnibus. So this is going to be reprints of whatever Mike Lee has written for Nagash. We have got a few of these for the old world. I think that that's pretty good. I quite like this old world re-releasing the narrative because it is seemingly picking up players all the time. And I don't know how this stuff fits into the new lore. I would expect that this is more towards the end of times as opposed to maybe 200 years before that point in the current old world setting. Don't really know much about Old World. I think it's great that this stuff is coming out again, and hopefully we start to see more of this stuff, because my biggest complaint with Black Library is how they just don't replenish books. They don't have constant print runs, and you miss out on some incredible stories. So that's nice that that's coming. Not much Black Library this time either. It is a bit of a quiet week, but then Darkwater is such a big release, I think it's going to be huge. Over on Warhammer TV Plus, apparently we're reaching the end of another great season of shows on Warhammer TV. Apparently. But this week we have Open Play, which is Alex, Josh and Sai's exploits as they took part in the Warhammer 40,000 Shifting Fronts event at Warhammer World. So it's Battle Report Breakdown. It used asymmetric war mission cards from the latest chapter approved deck. I mean, that might actually be interesting. I have seen people playing at Warhammer World. I've played at Warhammer World myself, but never in an event. If it goes more into the event side of things, I think that could be quite interesting. And it's a good mix of people, Alex, Josh and Sai. So yeah, that might actually be good. I might give that a watch. We also have a new Black Library book club which focuses on Dan Abnett's Horus Rising, the first novel in the Horus Heresy series. Again, I kind of feel like we're a little bit late on that one. Wouldn't it be great if it was The Scouring? But hey, it is what it is. I don't know if their book club videos are any good. I haven't watched any of them, but it's there and we're still talking about the Heresy apparently. And then finally, Brain Boys is back. 2 teams pitted against each other in 6 rounds of Warhammer questions. Yeah, never watched one of them either. And is that Wade? It's nice to see Wade back. We haven't seen him in much. Well, I haven't. Probably because I don't watch Warhammer Plus. And then over on WarCom, it's going to get really exciting. We're continuing our coverage for Warhammer Quest Darkwater, which we will absolutely be covering when I can. And we also have information on the year's Grotmas calendar, which, yeah, looking forward to that. Hopefully some big reveals. And then we have a reveal for the Middle-earth strategy battle game. I know what I want to see, and it's the same thing I've been telling you since the new edition was revealed back in, November last year, 12 months ago. I want a new King LSR. That's just the one miniature that I desperately need. But I'm looking forward to whatever it will be. I'm sure it will be great. The Middle-earth stuff has been knocking out the park recently. It's very slow to release, but I think everything has pretty much been a hit when I've actually looked at the models. Some of the stuff has been a bit ropey, but overall, yes, more Middle-earth is always a good thing, and we will absolutely cover that as well. And that is us for this week. Not as much on show this week as previous weeks. I feel like the last few, maybe 3 or 4, have been pretty packed. So it's nice that we're still getting some big stuff, but it isn't loads of things. My pick of the preview was nailed on until I saw this was coming, and I do really want that book. No, it has to be. It has to be. My pick of the preview can only be Warhammer Quest Darkwater, can't it? Because I, like many of you, I'm just super excited about it. and I cannot wait to take the fight to the Jade Abbey. Looks like before Christmas. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to pick up one of these. I know many of you are as well, but let me know in the comments what stands out for you on this much cut down preview. So next week we will cover what we can. Obviously Darkwater is going to be a big one, and Middle-earth. Anything else that comes up Warhammer wise I would like to cover. I have a few kill team bits that I'm going to do as well. I am actually away back end of this week. It's family birthdays, so hopefully I will have enough stuff dropping to keep you guys interested. But it might not be the news that comes out Wednesday, Thursday or Friday, but I will catch up. If not Saturday, then definitely on Sunday. So that's the plan. If it doesn't come out straight away, don't worry, it will still come if it's stuff we've been following. Some things may slide, but I hope that I can keep doing posts and things, and I might even be able to record some shorts and things while I'm away. We'll see. That's something that I need to play with, but hey, we may as well do it on the road. So yeah, pretty solid week. All told, this is just huge. I think I'm so excited for this. And it's the design, it's the art style, it's the way that they've shown it off. I don't think I've seen a bad thing about this, and I don't think I've seen many negative comments, if any. So yeah, Darkwater is hopefully going to be a big win for Warhammer Quest fans and Warhammer fans in general. But let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe to the channel. I do these every week when there's stuff to talk about. We'll see what happens over Christmas, but obviously that's something that we're going to figure out because it will be the first December properly on the channel. So we'll wing it next month. It'll be fine, I'm sure. There'll be stuff to talk about. So stick around if you've enjoyed my ramblings. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.